Master these 4 night fishing tips proven effective through personal testing. Start fishing at dusk and pack up around 11 or 12 p.m., which gives you about 3 to 4 hours. How to quickly catch carp at night. Today, I'm going to share some real insights on night carp fishing content that many anglers have been eager for. There are plenty of details, so don't get annoyed by them. After learning these, I can't guarantee you'll have a catch every time you go out, but I can guarantee that if there's even one fish around, it will definitely bite, and it's very likely that you'll be the one catching it. This is my absolute confidence when it comes to night carp fishing. Alright, no more rambling, let's get straight to today's topic. 1. Timing of your outing. Just make sure to set up your bait nest about half an hour before it gets dark, and don't go too early. Because carp are extremely sensitive to light, most carp will only move from deep waters towards the shore when it's getting dark or completely dark. If you go too early, the bait nest you set up will be disturbed by small fish. Even if they can't eat the large corn particles, they'll push them away from the nest, which is not a good thing for our night carp fishing. 2. Choosing the fishing spot. First and foremost, the environment must be quiet. Don't gather in groups, and don't use lights. In fact, carp are quite active near the shore at night. It doesn't matter much if the spot is a bit less ideal. The problem is if the environmental conditions aren't met, the fish won't dare to come near the shore, and then everything else is pointless. Also, don't ignore the structure and blindly choose a long rod. Places where the shore is a steep bank or a big slope, dropping 3 to 4 or even 5 meters, carp like to swim along the edge at night. Especially in places with high banks or underwater banks, fishing with a short rod close by is often much more effective than fishing with a long rod far out. 3. Setting up the bait nest. First of all, it's not recommended to set up the bait nest in advance for night fishing because it's hard to control the amount of bait. If you wait for an hour at night without any bites, do you add more bait or not? No one can tell if the nest has become active after a long time, so it's better to set up the nest on the spot. But at night, since there's no commotion from small fish disturbing the nest, attracting fish depends purely on the bait's flavor. So the flavor should be strong, and the amount of bait in the nest should be small, otherwise, the fish won't bite quickly. You can first use commercial bottom bait, which has a strong flavor and can be used to attract fish. If there are many small fish, you can use more. If there are few, use an appropriate amount less. Just make sure that the small fish in the nest don't disperse in the half hour before dark, so that they keep making movements. Prepare about 30 to 40 fermented corn kernels in total. This is enough for quickly catching fish at night. Take about half of them, break each kernel into 2, and later drop them precisely into the water. The remaining half will be thrown by hand into the nest, scattered a bit. During the day, we say to cast the bait to a position 1 meter behind the float, but at night, it doesn't need to be that far. A gap of 20 to 30 centimeters is enough. If the fish smell the scent and come over, being too far from the nest will make it hard for them to find it. When casting the bait, you can lift the rod to control where it lands. If it's too far forward, you can gently lift it back a bit. The remaining half of the corn bait can be thrown towards the float, letting it scatter evenly around the nest. For the fishing bait, you can directly hook corn, but here's a detail: if there's no bite for 20 to 30 minutes, lift the rod, wrap a layer of commercial bottom bait around the hooked corn. This way, the flavor can keep increasing the chance of carp finding it. This bottom bait will disperse once it hits the bottom, exposing the corn, and won't affect the carp's ability to bite. Alright, that's the general idea I wanted to share. Now, just wait for it to get dark and catch big fish. Author profile: I'm a self-media blogger who loves fishing and is good at sharing. Follow me, and let's exchange fishing skills and discuss every bit of wild fishing for anglers. Give a like, save, and follow to never miss an update.